Chapter 20, 3-Year-Old Couple 4. Nan Hoa chose a variety show. With a public service point, there would be fixed guests for the whole quarter, but each episode would also invite 1 to 3 temporary guests. The show's content was a group of people going to the countryside to help the elderly and sick villagers do some work. There were many people helping fishermen catch fish, many helping their grandmothers do farm work, many sending rural children to school, 2 days and 1 night, mainly filming local culture, scenery, and the elderly and children in the countryside. When it was time to film the variety show, Yan Hua's legs were already perfect. The night before, the agent pulled an assistant to help her tidy up everything from the big things to the small things, then put them in a private locker, instructing her to put the luggage in before the cameras tomorrow, to create a beautiful and virtuous image. Nan Hoa was speechless. No wonder the original owner was becoming more and more willful, like a real little princess. This agent and assistant could really cripple the person being supported. Early in the morning of the second day, Nan Hoa just returned from her morning jog outside. When she reached the door, she saw a group of people surrounding her house in front of the door. "You guys are looking at the cameras again," she suddenly realized. "Oh, you guys are the program crew. Sorry, I didn't think you guys would come so early, going out for a jog. Miss Yuhi, hello, I am your PD, my last name is Lee." The PD came out, smiling and introducing to her the staff who were filming with her. "Are you going for a morning jog?" Nan Hoa smiled and greeted them. "That's right, it's not like I have to persevere every day, but lately I've had enough sleep, so I've come up early to practice a bit." She also didn't know that the camera was still running. Everything she said was being filmed. When it was released, the barrage of bullets were all upright fairy. The director said he wanted to go on another trip, so to be an artist, sleeping is the most important, slowly teasing. The show crew indeed filmed her packing her luggage. The agent had arranged everything. Nan Hoa didn't bother. Anyway, she definitely wouldn't make any mistakes, so she put them all into the luggage trunk. When getting in the car and heading towards the destination, the PD told her that there were 2 male artists who were going with her this time, asking her to guess who they were. Nan Hoa's mind flashed with Huang Taekyung, but she immediately denied it, feeling that he definitely wouldn't come. Moreover, if it was 2 people, it definitely wouldn't be him. But she didn't dare to randomly say the male artist's name, so she chose a few senior brothers who were publicly on good terms with her, but the result was that PD Lee shook his head. The rural road was very far. The PD recorded enough, so the cameraman turned off the recording. Everyone in the car rested for a while. By the time Yan Hua's car arrived at the destination, everyone else had already arrived. 2 men and 1 woman were the main guests, male artist Jing Yonghe, comedian Zhang Jingcan, and female Lu Huiyan. Standing beside them were 2 men, 1 tall and 1 short. Yan Hua came closer and saw Huang Taekyung. "Jeremy." Jeremy saw Nan Hoa, immediately excitedly ran over, gave her a big hug. "Ah, Yuhi, see you again." Nan Hoa still hadn't reacted, when she saw Huang Taekyung slowly walking over, his face dark as he pulled the yellow hair on her shoulder. The other party still had a cold expression as he explained, "Sorry, Jeremy grew up abroad, not too used to domestic etiquette." Nan Hoa looked at Jeremy struggling while being lifted by Huang Taekyung and laughed out loud. On the other side, the host also laughed. And since the scandal, they unanimously thought that Huang Taekyung was jealous. Lu Huiyan stomped her feet in anger. "Why didn't you have that attitude when you saw me just now?" Zhang Jingcan sneered from the side, "Because she is a woman, and a beautiful woman at that." This caused Lu Huiyan to get angry and punch him madly. After the 6 individuals introduced themselves to each other, they started talking and laughing as they headed towards their destination. Nan Hoa walked between Huang Taekyung and Jeremy, curiously asking them, "Aren't you guys preparing an album? How come you're coming to the show?" Jeremy exaggeratedly said, "Because of Yuhi, so I strongly request the director to quickly complete my part, so we can come to participate in the show." Huang Taekyung pouted in disgust. Nan Hoa bowed her head and smiled shyly. Seeing Huang Taekyung's expression, she turned her head and deliberately asked him, "Where's Taekyung Appa? How's your physique?" Huang Taekyung opened his mouth to gasp. Jeremy took the lead and answered, "Because of Yuhi, Taekyung also really wants to go." He then made a face at Huang Taekyung. Nan Hoa was shocked, looking at them with a suspicious expression, seriously suspecting that they had some kind of conspiracy. Huang Taekyung originally wanted to deny it, but in reality, he came here because he was forced by Jeremy and the director. He didn't know what created the illusion that these people had, but they all thought that he had feelings for Yoo-hee. But before he could say anything, seeing Nan Hoa's expression that looked like she had seen a ghost, Huang Taekyung was not happy. When they said goodbye, they said they were friends, but when they turned around, they didn't acknowledge each other. She was indeed a swindler. Nan Hoa looked at the other party, who walked away with a dark face, with an incomprehensible expression. Looking at the yellow-haired boy beside her, who was smiling foolishly, whatever, it was hard to do with Huang Big Head, this little fellow was still not bad. In this special program, several distinguished guests came to an old man's house at the foot of the mountain. The old man raised pigs, but a long time ago, the pigsty collapsed. Because of old age, the young people had all gone to the city, and this pigsty had never been built. So Nan Hoa and the others' first task today was to build a pigsty. Living in the city, everyone did not know how to build this pig hut. The oldest man, Jing Yonghe, picked up a stone and drew a sketch that no one could understand. Everyone listened to him with a confused expression for a while, waiting for him to ask, "Do you understand?" When he asked, everyone shook their heads in unison. Still, Zhang Jingsan's mind was sharp, pulling everyone to look at the nearby pigsty, and finally determined the model. The entire pig hut's top was mainly made of wooden blocks, while the remaining fence was made of bamboo. 6 people were divided into 2 men and 1 woman, each team preparing a small team to cut down wooden blocks, and a small team to cut down bamboo. Zhang Jingcan, who was excitedly running towards Nan Hoa, was pulled to his side by Lu Huiyan. The fierce female athlete made Zhang Jingcan cry without tears. He was dejectedly wringing his hands and being laughed at by everyone when he saw Jeremy happily walking towards Nan Hoa. He immediately called out to him, "Jeremy, you're on our team." Jeremy loudly refused, "No need. I want to be with Yoo-hee." But the protest was ineffective. The fierce woman Haiyuan waved her hand, ignored the 2 men's refusal, and directly dragged the person away. Nan Hoa and Huang Taekyung watched with their eyes wide open and mouths agape. The 2 of them of course also knew that this was actually all arranged by the show crew for the sake of good ratings. But Lu Huiyan's infinite strength still shocked them. Jing Yonghe patted the 2 people out of habit. Looking a lot becomes a habit. Nan Hoa's team is going to the mountain to chop off a wooden head. The program team has prepared tools for each individual. Luckily Nan Hoa has prepared early. Yesterday strongly requested the representative to change all the clothes into long pants, otherwise wearing short skirts and hot pants into the mountain will definitely be scolded for being pretentious. She herself also wants to suffer greatly. The scenery in the mountains was really not bad, including Huang Taekyung, who always looked like he was owed several million. The 3 of them were in a good mood, talking and laughing as they followed the locals into the forest. After the natives demonstrated the method of cutting down trees, the 3 of them found a tree and started swinging their knives. Jing Yonghe's strength was extremely great, except for not knowing the technique and being a bit tired, otherwise they were not too bad. Huang Taekyung had a serious habit of being clean. In the forest there were also all kinds of weeds and worms. Ever since entering the forest, he had been extremely patient. He meticulously washed the surrounding trees once, then as if he was studying music scores, he made his first slash with a focused expression. Watching Huang Taekyung chop down trees, everyone at the staff was holding back their laughter. The most difficult thing is that Nan Hoa has always had a fragile image. Although she was assigned a very small tree trunk, she was weak enough to tie a chicken and couldn't even hold a kitchen knife to cut down the tree. This was truly a huge challenge. Nan Hoa's past and present life in memory, this is all the first time. Never thought that rural variety show actually still has this. However, Nan Hoa also had an unyielding temperament, and if she did, she would not be able to be arrogant. Although she was a female student, she was not someone who relied on her gender to seek shortcuts. Gritting her teeth, she held her gaze, and continuously slashed at the tree more than 10 times. Although her hands were burning and painful, the effect was still there. It was a hot day, and all three artists were sweating profusely in no time. Especially Hwang Tae-kyung, he felt uncomfortable all over, especially his neck, itchy to the point of wanting to claw it. Looking up at the other two people, Jin Yongha was very far away from them, his imposing manner was as fierce as he was slashing with his sword. Hwang Tae-kyung trembled, then looked towards Yen Hua, who was really close, and discovered that the fairy had completely lost her image, not at all like the weak appearance from before the screen. After a long while of chopping, only to hear Jin Yongha a sound, the tree was slowly pushed down by him. Nan Hoa and Hwang Tae-kyung looked at each other, discovering that each other's emotions were similar: admiration, jealousy, despair. Simply put down the knife in their hand and rest for a moment, watching Jin Yongha collect his results of victory. The two of them went to the local water station to drink water. When Nan Hoa discovered that Hwang Tae-kyung's neck was all red. "What happened to your neck? Why is it so red?" Hwang Tae-kyung scratched his neck. "Pink? I'm really itchy." Nan Hoa quickly grabbed his hand that was still in his grasp. "Don't grab it, it's about to break." "Is there something you're allergic to here? Could it be an allergy?" Hwang Tae-kyung looked at the hand being grabbed, a little stunned, and replied half a beat too slowly, "Allergens. There shouldn't be anything. I've been to the mountains before." Nan Hoa stood in a slightly higher place, making him bow his head. "Bow your head, let me look." Hwang Tae-kyung obediently bowed his head. Nan Hoa flipped up his long hair and couldn't help but scold. "Big head, did you offend the stylist? Why do you want to keep such an ugly hairstyle?" Hwang Tae-kyung turned around and said, "This is trendy. Trendy, understand? You bastard." Nan Hoa forcefully pushed the person away. Okay, I'm not fashionable, Mr. Hwang, please don't move. Let me see your neck under your fashionable hairstyle." Hwang Tae-kyung was dissatisfied, still wanted to struggle, rather not let her see than humiliate his hairstyle. Nan Hoa pressed his head down. "No need to be willful. Your neck is covered in pimples." Saying that, she lowered her head and brought the person who was representing her to bring the medicine over. The moment Nan Hoa's hand touched Hwang Tae-kyung's neck, Hwang Tae-kyung suddenly stopped moving.